Alright. Just in case, I don't want to the main campaign. Because I don't know how the whole thing works. Sentinel Prime. I've seen so many pictures of it. That's right, I'm gonna have to make some changes here. Didn't understand that.
Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Alert the priest.
Is that Alright. Setting control was right here. Alright, so I switch certain things. Gonna go with. Alright, so this is gonna be the flame belch. Chainsaw jump, glory kill. Thinking. Sentinel Prime. The ancient arena is a holy place for the people of Argentina, constructed in the earliest days of their history. This Colosseum served as a proving ground for trials by combat. Historical records indicates that the Argenta did not jail their own kind. Rather, Prisoners and criminals were granted the right to earn their chance at regaining honor through victory in the arena. Those who succeeded were given a place to fight in the front lines of the Sentinel army, to die in service to Argent d'Honneur. This traditional use of the arena has subsided since the assimilations of the Dark Realm. The corrupted priests now allow more violent exchanges, with armed captive pitted against demons for sports. The priests of the Order Dig continue to hold undisputed power on Argent d'Honneur. Spilling the blood of the Argent Ascended class will result in the transgressor's banishment. Asylum among the Argenta will be denied to any who do not adhere to the rules of engagement. There's another one down there.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle walls. He was badly wounded and wearing this.
Guts. Huge guts. Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet.
In spite of his injuries.
Send him to the arena. Let him be judged like the others.
That clarifies it. It's the original Doom guy from the Doom series. After being trapped in hell, he's been fighting those demons. Like, if Doom 64 is canon, and this is probably like the last event of the Doom guys, it's canon. Like, Doom 64 is the last time you played the Doom Marine, the Space Marine, well, the Doom Marine in this case, and he decided to remain in hell to make sure that none of the demons would ever come back. But at some point in time, he probably got warped and traveled to Argent d'Honneur, like badly wounded, because even though he killed the mother demon, which was spawning endless amount of demons, that doesn't mean like that was the only source that would make demons spawn out. Probably not the only demon, mother demon also. But yeah, like Doom 60, this is obviously the same Space Marine in Doom 1, Doom 2, well, Doom Classic, Doom 2, Doom 64, and even though he remained in hell, eventually at some point, he found himself transported into the realm of Argenta. I mean, the helmet was a dead giveaway. Although it's not the same helmet as Doom 64, we have to assume it's the same. History of the Sentinels. There it is. The Doom Marine's traditional attire from the classic Doom series. Battle damage after years and years of fighting those demons while stuck in hell. With only one thing in his mind: to kill them all. No respite, nothing. And at the same time, I feel like, probably the flow of hell kept fueling him, but his anger toward the demon kept him from being corrupted by the essence of hell itself. Translations from the Ligros Sultagenta, Book of Kings. In the time of King Novik, As the Argenta secured peace and safety through dimension across time and space, an outlander came to us. He was not of our world and spoke an ugly tongue. How he first took step upon our land was unknown. Sentinel Scout had found the outlander bloodied, clawed, and near death, mumbling of impending doom and the forces of darkness. The scent of blood followed him, and the gore that stained his armor seemed not entirely his own. By Argenta law, the stranger would be judged in the Colosseum, where he would be given the chance of all who stray from the path to fight for his freedom. We knew not of this stranger. His mind seemed crippled with rage. He dressed in an attire not suited for our lands, and carried munitions of arcane origin. We watched as his will overcame his injury, and in the blood arena he proved his worth. The Outlander's technique was crude and brutal, but the determination in his charge echoed that of any true-born sentinel. His war cry echoed through the Colosseum as did the sound of his fury, and the guards cheered his banner. Rip and tear, they shout, as the beast pushed beyond mortal wounds and certain death. He would be gifted no rank, no title. The survivors in the arena were provided only one reward: the right to earn an honorable death while spreading the blessing of the Makers to those in need. The Outlander's determination was witnessed, his raving documented, and through the word of the Order D, the Khan Maker had him brought before her. She set her minions to learning his tongue, for with his ugly words he spoke of lands unseen, creature born of fire and a dark place unknown to the queen and her caste. Yet another opportunity to expend the gift of the Maker to those in need. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. He's unfortunately the catalyst. If it's true that the Khan Maker didn't even know about the creature of hell, he unintentionally just fed their curiosity. So he's literally also the cause of it all. At least in this reality. Like the UAC in the original Doom 2 like in the original Doom, like the UAC was doing teleportations, like they were expecting like to reach the far ends of space. And I wonder like if the Doom Classic and like Doom Classic, the classic series, the original series, if it's in the same universe as Quake, like it would make sense, like jump gate and stuff like that, being able to go to the far reach of space. And at some point in time, they probably were able to gain control over the idea of teleportations and slip gates, with some mistake here and there. But the thing is, like, he stayed on Earth and try to make sure that every single one of them would be annihilated. But of course, like, the concept of hell is not known. And I'm trying to remember, like, in Doom 2016, like, if it was, like, the original... If it was the original hell, like, the chaotic, the one that has, like, that has, like, no solid ground. Like, it's a realm of pure chaos and pandemonium. Or it was a corrupted version of Argent Deneur, and it was not like... It looked like hell, but it was not like the real hell. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, seriously, the Doom Marine is unfortunately this time the catalyst for the entire event that happened to Argent Deneur. the con maker got interested to those dark creatures from the Dark Realm. And that just led a chain of event. I mean, obviously, like, it was not intentional, because he was definitely rambling and he was warning them to not, to, you know, to basically avoid these types of creatures. But he did unintentionally, like, cause the rise of those things again. I think I'm gonna... yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. The mark of the Doom Slayer. The brand.
I offer you, O great powerful one, a sign of truce.
A flashback or just... Sir the Sentinel. There it happens. The forces of hell invaded Argenta, and a new war began. Translations from the Ligra Sultagenta, Book of Kings. On the eve of the Black Star, the Dark Ones came from a world beneath our own, not through ship nor ephemeral vessels, but through the fabric of dimensions. Out of swirling, fiery gates came horned beast from a timeless realm. First one, then many, crashing waves of evil swell from the obsidian forest of the Argentian overlands. The Alorum clans from the eastern mountains fell first to the black hordes of devils, and the city of Telorum was slung under the weight of their charge. We sentinels rose to meet the beast, with spear in hand. The might of the holy fleet striking back at the demons, but the dark gates from whence they came gave birth still to even greater hordes. A line of blood was drawn with the fallen of both sides, and the unholy wars began as the time of darkness came upon us. And this is obviously a forge. Careful.
I know of what you have left behind. Go back to it then. Leave this crusade. You cannot save them. They have asked me for this, and so I give it to them. If you let the priest live, then I will return to you what the demons took from you so long ago. You need only turn back, and it will be yours again. All the pain you carry will be gone.
My pet rabbit? Unfortunately, I know all this shit's not gonna return. It's all a lie. And even if it's true, a lie still. Nothing but a realm of misery and chaos. sentinels. They made an autopsy of those demons. They were probably able to bring one dead body and study it, trying to understand what it was made of. Translations from the Ligra Saltagenta, Book of Kings. Unlike enemies of the past, we could not contain the demons emergent from the Dark Realm. Their weaponry was not conjured from machined steel, but from the essence of their very being, a dark magic not known to us in our many conquests. Had we grown overconfident, our victories serving to dull our blade as we drank in the glory of our expanding empire? Lost, we knew not of how to prevail against this foe. The Maker gods stood perplexed, and our engineers and priests scrambled to find the advantage in battle we so desperately needed. Unknown to the enemy, we were pushed to the brink of defeat, and our gods stood with us as we worked to find the answer. The Order of Dig were the first to unlock the mystery of these foul creatures. The priests were able to capture several of the beasts and set about to identify the source of their power. It was then that the essence of the Dark Realm was discovered. Not wholly unlike our own, this power was the life essence that flowed through their twisted form and powered their attacks. It could be harnessed to power our own weapons, giving the Argenta the chance to combat the demons on even footing. The priests believe that with greater knowledge of the essence, we could discover its source and cut it off from the demons to strangle their armies from within, allowing us to regain the advantage we required for victory on the battlefield. The Khan Maker gave blessing to our Majesty and directed the priests to delve deeper into the mysteries of the Scarlet Elixir from the demonic realm. For she sought only to return balance to our universe. Proper assimilation was required, as hell stood beyond her influence. Because they had their own god or something. After great effort, the priests discovered that more than they had ever hoped for. They learned of the true nature of the demonic energy, and how it could strengthen those skilled enough to harness its power. The energy coursing through the malformed bodies of our relentless enemies could be used to end life or to enhance it. The power to heal, to mend immortality, knowledge, and enlightenment faculties beyond our understanding. With the demon's life force in the skilled hands of the sentinel priests and under the righteous gaze of the Khan Maker, our people would not only rise to victory over the unholy horde that clawed at our walls, we would move to a higher plateau of existence, ushering in a new era of military science and industrial healing. No sentinel would grow sick. No Maker would need to suffer the transfigurations that they so feared. All would be risen. None could ever oppose our peaceful ways and threaten our world again. True balance over hell and its legion, over space and time. In this world and all others, we would dictate the order. United with the Makers, we would find peace eternal. Oh, man. He obviously didn't mean to. There's no way to look the other way, man. Here's the doomed guy. Still in his traditional armor. They gave him back his helmet? Translations from the Liga Septuaginta, Book of Kings. The Khan Maker demanded a tithe of the essence, and driven by her desire, the priests submitted themselves to her will. The order of the Dig took counsel with the king, speaking only of the spoiled lands sure to be found through the cleft in creation, and the opportunity to purge the new invaders from Argentina. We took the war to their cursed land, pressing through the gates of wizardry. There was one among us who seemed to know the true natures of these foul demons. It was the Outlander, the stranger who had come to us from places unknown. He who had survived in the front lines far longer than any Sentinel-born prisoner had before. His passion for battle against the vile horde was evident, his lust for their destruction matching our own. Though Argentina remained a foreign land to him, his fervor caught the attention of inquisitors of the Sentinel God, some whispering of a suspected allegiance he held in secret with the demons. Silencing the critics, King Novik deemed him worthy of selection. The signifiers brought a commission to our king, and it was decided that he be lifted from the common rabble. Though no arena-born prisoner had ever been granted the honor, the Knight Sentinel broke tradition and deemed the Outlander worthy of training. A number of disciples grumbled and chaffed at the barbarian present in their rank. But in the war with the demons, all opportunities for even the slightest advantage was to be considered, and as they witnessed the strangers spar with their hall masters, they found in him an undying, unrelenting compatriot. This man was an outsider, friend to none, yet rose each time he was thrown to the dirt of the circle. Battered and bruised, his brow stained with blood, he rose with grim determinations for the chance to face his enemies in armed combat once again. Time passed, as the stranger was instructed in the codified matrices of their order. The ancient lessons of battle and brotherhood taught to all sentinels. He could sense the opportunity before him. Soon, all of hell would feel his wrath once again. Satisfied that he would not be a detriment to their prowess, the Knight Sentinels granted him his wish as they ventured through the Hell Gate with the stranger in tow. They knew no rest, fighting in the unnatural elements and training under the blood moon of night. The stranger suffered exhaustion, wounds, and sickness, but asked for no aid and was offered none. 3 times the Knight Sentinel ventures into the gate and back, and upon every return the stranger strode more capable than before. His gait locked in step with the march of the sentinels, a discipline and now controlled lust for demon blood ever present. The passing of years and innumerous battles with the devils indentured the stranger to Argenta's mightiest warriors, and no longer did they condescend to him as a new-blooded conscript. For to them he had become a brother in arms forged in war, an ally and a weapon.
Theirs is a hard role to play. But I too have a world to save. Without their souls, there can be no hell energy, and the Argent will cease to flow. I cannot allow this to happen. You will not stand in the way of Erdak's progress. This is how it has always been done. It is not for you to deny us our chance at prosperity.
So that's what this is all about. It's always been about that, huh? The energy that they create. History of the Sentinels, Part 8. Shit, bunch of imps in Hell Knight. Translations from the Libra Saltagenta, Book of Kings. As we wore it with the beast the Argenta society grew under the watchful eye of the makers and through the endless power of the essence. While our generals were consumed with the unholy war, our culture was marked by the beautiful potions the enemy had provided us. The sweet elixir. It brought us immeasurable capacity and empowered us to reach farther into dimensions once thought to be beyond our grasp. Under the directions of our maker, gods, and the engineering of our high priest, our weapon blaze and our war machine storm. The throngs of the populace drank deeply from the well of energy unveiled by the priest. But we of the Night Sentinels took no part in their abundance. Some among us whispered accusations and warnings against this matter of progress, but they were quelled, as it was not our role to dictate the future of our people, only to defend it. But in doing so, they condemned themselves. Argentina was condemned from the very beginning. The moment they decided to reach areas that it was unknown for them. They didn't know any better. They were drawn by the capabilities of what hell could offer. They became completely corrupted by it. Extra life. I got. Yeah, I'm missing. Whoops. Maybe I should put it somewhere else. The triangle right now. The flame dash is on square. Perfect. Secrets. History of the Sentinels, Part 9. Who would that be? Oh! That's the Doom guy. The Doom Marine. History of Sentinels, Part 9, of the Sentinel Part 9. Translations from the Ligra Sultagenta, Book of Kings. As the Black Star ascended to its zenith, King Novik sat restless on his throne as a howling darkness began to assemble just beyond the mountain rise. To the east, the blight came upon us in droves, flooding forth from the Hell Gate with merciless fury. They brought with them a monstrous titan, the Dreadnought, a beast to rival the stature and menace of even the mightiest ancestrals. The grotesque giant laid waste to all before him, crushing all in his path. This was a total demonic assault, striking at the heart of Argent as never before. How was it that the behemoth could pass through the demonic gate without warning? We would never know, though the Knight Sentinels believed treason was at play. Caught off guard, the Sentinels scrambled late in defiance of the Titan and his horde, and with his coming to the holy city of Taras Nabad prepared for judgment. With the onslaught of the demons masked in the sprawling shadow of the abhorrent fiend, the city shook to its foundation. None were spared, save those that fled north. The vile swarm ransacked our temples and palaces, burning our towers and feasting on the souls of our clergy. Yet the Knight Sentinels rallied and held fast against the demons, though they were pushed back and corralled at the blood arena. As the dark of night descended, their swords remained potent and shred the enemy multitude with abandon. Amidst the unyielding ranks of the Sentinel, when all other apprentice had fallen in battle, stood the Outlander. Rip and tear he roar, ferocious in battle. The remaining conscript of the arena stood in awe as they witnessed the beast who had once raged within their very cells, now armored alongside the shoulders of his Sentinel brethren. He had risen where none other had before, a true-born Sentinel fighter, the very best among them. But though the swarm fell before their assault, the Titan remained invincible, for none could tame the behemoth alone. In the hours before dawn, as the Night Sentinels weathered the relentless assault, the Outlander held his ground at the foot of the great wall in the northern bend of the castle. Seeing his unending vigor, Sammer, thinking like Samus, Sammer, Chancellor to the Mother God, hurried the Outlander away under veil of secrecy and, for reason unknown, submitted him to a rite untold. This was heresy, for Sammer received no consent from the Khan Maker, nor did he receive her counsel. In the Chapel of Purity, the Outlander submitted himself to the divinity machine. There, Sammer Maker, the Seraphim, known to us only as the aid to the Mother of God, blessed the Outlander with fierce speed and power to match his will. It was the method by which this transfusion took place that was not most uncertain to us, for we were of the knowledge that the Maker device bestowed unto the Argentas so many generations ago was to be used by the priests only to find the impurity among us. How could it be? How could it be that the device that was meant to cull the sentinel breed of its contaminants could then be used to purify the Outlander's body and give rise to the one who would lead us into battle henceforth? What rose from the unholy coffin on that fateful day was not the impure abominations the Covenant warned us of. The hero within would come to be known only as the Great Slayer, the Time Walker, the warrior Khan whose fire sword would blaze forth a path for the just and cut through the demonic horde with a vengeance that only a god king could summon. He rose unbroken by the ritual. His eyes burning with maker magic. He took the crucible in his hand, and Wraith's fire leaped forth from the blade as only it will be held by a true Sentinel Warrior King. In our darkest hour, the Slayer had been chosen. Defying tradition, our most sacred laws, and the will of the Great Khan herself, a stranger to our lands had been blessed with celestial might. And with it, he took down the Titan.
I cannot stand by and watch as you put our future at risk. Earth will be consumed, and the energy will continue to flow. It is your people's survival against mine.
Prioritizing himself. Dig Grav. Vega data entry. Dig Grav remains the most powerful of the Hell Priest among the people of Argentina, frequently visiting his ancient home world to lord over the populace. Arrogant and pompous, Grav calls for blood sport in the arena to entertain the fallen citizens of Sentinel Prime. Since the demonic invasion of Earth began, he has operated on the planet's surface along with his fellow Hell Priests to direct Hell forces. But after the death of Dig Nelox and Dig Ranak, he has fled to the safety of the arena. It was Dig Grav who facilitated the torment and eventual betrayal of Sentinel Commander Valen, taking the keys to the sepulture of elements and opening the vault of the sleeping wraiths. The ancient creature were abducted, transported to hell, and tortured to siphon away their power. He used the heart of Valen's son to animate the icon of sin, a titan still spoken of in legend throughout Argentina. That's probably why you felt no anger toward him. Oh wow, that's just it? Well, no problem with that. see. I get it now. That's the current boss. In the year following the end of the Golden Age, competing factions of Argent-Deneur turned against one another. An insidious influence had beset itself upon the Sentinel people, corrupting its once held sacred traditions. The Colosseum, once a place of honorable combat where prisoners of the Argenta were tested for the right to fight in the front lines of their army, has since become a place of blood sport. In violations of Sentinel law, the priests have engaged a demon there, a merciless executioner, used to enact judgment of their own decree. The gladiator, yielding an accursed shield which entombs the tormented soul of his undying master, remains undefeated in battle, infamous for the many lives it has claimed.
You'll make a fine addition to the front lines, stranger.
The demons! They are everywhere. Must kill them all!
Dress his wounds and bring him to us. I want to know more about the others he speaks of.
Yes, Your Grace. If Sentinel holy blood is spilled on these grounds, you will lose all sovereignty here.
Okay. When the shield's eye flashes green, the gladiator is about to attack. Shoot him when its eyes are green to stagger him and create an opening. I think in terms of secrets... Without his shield, the gladiator is more aggressive and has a wider variety of attacks. When the gladiator spins one of its flails and it returns attack back to the player. When the gladiator eyes flash green, he is about to strike.
Earth will be consumed, regardless of what...
The portal is ready.
immediately.
Thumbs down. Close call. Let's see how it looks like. I don't get. Okay. Crazy. All right. Time to take a small break. Back at the Fortress of Doom.